And we are back, folks. Another edition of the Michigan football film study focused on the defense with our man, Vance Bedford. Folks were cheering. They were excited. They were enthusiastic because Vance was back in the building, breaking down Michigan football like no other, focusing on the defense. And man, you got to give the people what they want. You got to understand, in order to give the people what they want, though, I got to give you a few disclaimers before we welcome Vance on. We do not own this footage. Doesn't belong to us. Because it doesn't belong to us, we don't monetize it. We don't get advertising for it. We don't make money on it in any way. We only use the video for the entertainment, the education, and the edification of you, the people. But if you want to support the cause, because people found out Vance got a sweet tooth. They know he likes Sweet Baby Ray's, right? Right? Now they know he got to feed his dog Tiki. Got to feed Tiki. So if you want to help us go and grow and feed Tiki and get some Sweet Baby Rays, you can contribute to the football film study with Vance Bedford. That PayPal link is right down there in the comment section, in the description. Click it, support, show your love, and we'll be back doing this all the time. Vance, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. Happy to be here as always. Say Saturday was a great day. I got up I tell you what, I was up at 6:30. I had a 7.5 pound pork shoulder, threw that thing on the grill. Man, 5 o'clock it melted in your mouth when I pulled that thing. It was so good. Man. My wife had some coleslaw, jalapeno peppers. We did it right. I had some family by. I had a blast watching football all day long and watching Michigan destroy UNLV. I was a little bit disappointed though. I was wrong about the score. They
Okay.
scored 7. I said we was going to score 2. I thought we was going to score like 49 points. We played it safe, so I was wrong. That's my fault. We blew that.
Easy to do, man. I mean, when the starters, the first and second stringers only playing 3 quarters, and the reserves, they're gonna preserve that shutout one day. They're gonna keep that goose egg on the board. We'll see when that day comes. But we're focused on the first 3 quarters when all the guys were out there. What can we learn from this game? What did we see from this game? Vance, as much as we gonna focus on the secondary in this game, and I know this is something we talk about in the breakdown, man. This was a game where the front got off, man. The front got off. But that doesn't mean that Jesse Minter still didn't do his thing. He still caught his twist up front. He still brought his blitz from time to time. He really complimented the play of the guys that were up front. But man, the big Kenneth Grant, big Mason Graham, big Chris Jenkins, this front that you talked about so much last week, they lived up to the billing in week 2.
They did. They showed up the athletic, and my hats off to Coach Minter. He does a great job in playing a lot of guys. And what he does is move guys around. When I was at Michigan, Bo Buckley used to make this comment. When you have a big guy, don't let him just sit there and get double teamed the whole ball game. You angle them left, slant them right, and then you go vertical. So now that offensive line, they can't be as aggressive trying to block those guys. And what you see people trying to block our D line, because we move so much, they rarely fire off. So now our guys are able to make a play. So if I'm a nose guard at 325 pounds, I know one thing. Coaches will not allow for this team to double team me the whole ball game because he's going to move me. We're going to blitz. We're going to run pick patterns up front. Therefore, everyone on the defense has the opportunity to make a play. That's why I love the scheme. And he has the right players to fit that scheme.
So there was a call that's going to be an overriding theme to this film study. Lightning.
Ooh.
We're going to talk lightning. We're going to talk lightning again, and we're going to talk lightning again. And when you think we're done, we're going to talk lightning again, Vance. That's how it's going to go, right?
After this video, everybody in the stands should know what lightning is. We had a few busts. We had some great execution. That was the go-to check because we got a lot of formation to the boundary, unbalanced, 2-back sets. So his go-to, he probably went to the sideline after the first series, say, we see this formation, we're going to check lightning. And that's why I think we have so much lightning called in this particular ball game. That was an adjustment during the course of the game.
Okay, so here we go. For the first time, let's go ahead and break it down for the people, Vance.
See, right now, I call this odd cover 4. So they come out right now. This is unbalanced quad. So right now, I think we have some discussion with the secondary on how to get lined up. I think right now we got a bust off the bat. This is in the first series, 1307. They have quads into the boundary. So that in itself is an issue we had last year. So you look at the first two ball games, Sam, we've seen a lot of formation to the boundary, a little up tempo trying to get us to check. You can see little Mike is trying to tell them a 5, hey, you should be going back inside. You shouldn't be out here with me. So I think we got some issues right off the bat. Let's let it run. So here you go. They run a stretch play. So in other words, the entire offensive line is going to block to their left. They block a man on us to the boundary. But you can see I have the back highlighted, and I have him highlighted for one reason. He is in front of the quarterback. Anytime the back is in front of the quarterback, it's a good chance you're going to get stretched opposite where he's aligned, or he's in pass protection. So the linebackers are the first people should see the depth of the back. They should be saying, hey, alert for the stretch because he's up. If he's deep, they say alert for the zone, talking to the defensive lineman because the big guys sometimes can't see it. So again, throughout this film study, I'm going to point out the position, the alignment of the back. Is he in front of the quarterback or is he behind the quarterback? That should tell the linebackers where should I fit based on the depth of the back. Let's let it run, Sam.
Gotcha. All right, so we're going to lightning next. That's
yeah.
Sequence. It's the first one.
So here go to just the defense. And we're just playing base defense. We're in over cover 4. It's just gap sound right now. So you can see the D line, we have 3-man front. They just playing their gaps. The big fella at the top is playing 4 technique on being a B gap. The nose trying to play the front side of the center. And the next down guy, he's going to play off the tackle in front of him. All right. We have enough guys to stop the run. You can see the coverage right now. So I got number 5. Got into the boundary. I got QF for quarter flat, making his quarters, question mark. I'm not sure if he knows what he's doing because I'm not sure his alignment right now because Mike is trying to tell him you need to move back into the box. And we're playing quarters behind it. So here we go. Let's let it run. This is a great job by the field side end. I got them highlighted. And the 2 linebackers playing the stretch play. They did a great job playing off each other and gave us a great pursuit on this play. I like what they're doing right now up front. Here we go. That's a great job. Oh, my goodness. That is a great job of 17. That is outstanding. That's outstanding. That's why I wanted to point him out. Great effort. He's straining on his play. Watch this play. Watch him split it. That's a great job. Look at the backer and the secondary. You could not play this any better, but it starts up front, fellas. The big man, 72, he maintained his gap. He split the double team. You know what that does for the linebacker? You can't block him. Look at that. You can't block the linebacker when the defensive line is doing that. Great technique by 17. Great job by the linebacker behind it. I like what I'm seeing right here. Really good play. This is a good look. Look at 17. Look at 25. Excellent defense, man. Excellent defensive play by the front and the linebackers right there.
Yeah, he said, talked to him at length in the offseason. He said, man, I got to get better as a run defender. And he spent a lot of time, getting stronger, right? Understanding his assignments. And we see it here in game 2. That work he said he was putting in an offseason. Here you go, Vance. Here you go.
And dividends. Just learn how to play technique. And a lot of times you can have talent, but if you don't have the technique down, you're just going to be an average player. You have a great potential, but you're an average player. You wonder why. To step up your game, it goes back to the fundamentals of the game and knowing what the defense and what to do in each particular defense.
All right. So all that I said about lightning, now we start to see lightning. Now, all right. So we're gonna see it when they execute it. We're gonna see it when they don't execute it. We got examples of both here, as we always do with Vance. We give you the good and the bad with Coach Bedford. All right. So here we go.
So here we go right here. This we're in base defense because right now, again, this is lightning. But what I'm going to point out to you throughout this talk, look at the alignment of the backs. Where are the backs right now? They are in front of the quarterback. So if they're in front of the quarterback, there's a good chance that you're going to get the stretch play on option. But it's never going to be a downhill play. Why? Because the backs are in front of the quarterback. They don't have enough depth to go downhill. So let's go and talk about the offensive line and everybody else, what we got going on here, Sam. So right now, here you go right now. This is a basic little dive play. It's going to be really a stretch play because his alignment, The back is blocking off the edge. The front is zoning its way for the stretch play. You can see the blocks up front. Everybody's reaching into the boundary. They're going to turn the defensive end loose because the quarterback is the guy to occupy him. We're going to start block with the wide receivers to get a man on right now. So, again, you get a great look at the pitch. We're doubling this nose up to the backer. We're leaving the field side defensive end alone. The quarterback takes him with the zone read play. Okay.
Right. So real quick, Vance, just so people, because it might be a little bit of an optical illusion. That's two backs right there. I haven't seen it. They line the backs up right next to each other.
Yeah. And both of them in front of who? The quarterback. So it gives you an idea how the play is going to hit. And also look how their backers are lined more to where the two backs are. I'm going to make a point about that now because I'm going to bring it up again a little bit later. The alignment of the backers on this play. Okay. All right, Sam, we rolling like poke bone. Baby. Let's go to the defense.
Okay.
Here's Lightning. This is the staple call, was a staple for us last year. Okay, so what we're doing right now is you can see the nickel Sam at the top. He's blitzing off the edge. He has a quarterback. So he has quarterback, he has a boot, he has reverse when he's the edge blitzer. The back on the line of scrimmage, he's blitzing. He has the dive. The next down guy, he's going to the A gap to the field. He has a dive. Okay, the guy on the center, the nose, he's second. In other words, he's going to step at the center. The left tackle, he's going to go right through the hip of the center, and now the nose is looping around. We call it, that's a stunt. I call it a nut stunt, basically. So between the tackle and the nose. And the defensive end to the boundary, he steps up, he drops to the flat. Okay, this is a base stunt. We must have ran this maybe 7 or 8 times in this ball game. So this is Lightning. So in Lightning, they have a stunt with the nose and the 3 technique to the field. So now in the back end, we're rolling to the side of the blitz. The field corner at the top, you see cloud corner. He rolls up. The safety, half field guy. The next back inside, he's a curl dropper. Back to the boundary, he relates to number 3 hook. And the defensive end, he's going to the flat, and the corner is a half field guy. If you remember last week, we had a problem versus 2-back set sometimes. And I think they got it corrected this week as far as how you play it versus 2-back set. And this is easy because they have how many guys to the field? They got basically 4 guys to the field. So here we go, Sam. Let's let it ride. You're going to see the blitz. You're going to see it's coming off the edge. Okay, you're going to see the highlight of the 2 guys. The 3 technique to the boundary and the nose. We highlighted. These guys made this play happen. They do a great job here. It's clean. Look at that. That's beautiful. Great execution by 2 guys over 300 pounds. Just think about it. It's hard to see 2 big guys move that way. You couldn't play this stunt any better than what they did for a tackle for a loss. So again, great scheming for the D-line coach, for the defensive coordinator, for these guys to twist. It confuses the offensive line. They don't know who to block, and we come clean. We come clean. We're eating right now. That's a great job.
Yeah. And big number 78. I just keep watching that big fella move, and you like, man, they on to something with him. They on to something with all those guys. All those guys up front are playing well, but that dude, you feel him.
It's a great job. Great stunt. Look at that. My goodness, right there. You can't play any better than that. Sam, that's good ball. That is good ball. We're getting ready for the long haul of the season for Penn State, for Ohio State, for the things they do. Okay. And again, my hat's off to the coaches. They do a great job during the course of the game, making adjustments for their players to what they see.
Okay. All right. So let's go into the second quarter now, Vance, as we get on with the telestrations. And so we're going to bring up an unbalanced formation and a bust. A bust. We talk about doing the good and the bad, right? So that's what we do here.
Good and bad.
With all the movement.
And again, as you can see, look where the backs are aligned. Again, this is another unbalanced formation. And we're trying to check. We're trying to check to Lightning. Half the guys ran it. The other half didn't. So they're going to hit a play right now because we don't execute right. Okay? So we're going to run it back in a minute so everybody can see what's going on. But again, the backer did not get the check. So it's check lightning. We got a bust versus unbalanced. Okay. So here we go. So now you can see they have max protection, but I'm going to point out again, where are the backs? The backs are deeper. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you know right now they really can't go to their right. Okay. Now look what the offensive line doing. Okay. We are going max protect. They blocking the downs with the big guys. The back on the edge, he's blocking off the edge. So it's 7-man protection. Okay. So they can block almost anything you send if they execute it the right way. The first back should be blocking a nickel back if he blitzes, which he misses him. Okay. Let's go to the receivers next. Max protect. Here you go. You got an option route by the slot, 5-yard out cut with a post by the outside receiver. 2-man route. It's just a 2-man route with max protect, attacking what we're doing right now. Okay. And we're going to go to the defense right quick. Okay, now freeze it right there for me, Sam. So this is check lightning. So we've seen lightning so far where the nickelback's off the edge, right? Mm-hmm. The Sam is going through the tight end on a dive. The 3 tech next to him, Sam, should be going in the A gap. He didn't do that. The nose and the left 3 technique should be running that twist now. And the guy standing up to the boundary is a flat defender. And we're rolling everything this way, but look at the back of the lineman. I made a point of this the last play, didn't it? The last time we talked about the last formation, that backer does not realize they checked the lightning. He's tucked too far inside. He has no gaps. The nose and the 3 technique, they both have a bust because they don't run the twist they've been running. So half the guys got the check. The other half of the defense didn't get it. So all of a sudden, lack of execution going to turn into a 15-yard gain. Let's let it run, Sam. You can see the drops. Cloud, the linebacker has curl. He cannot cover the curl. If you count, Sam, from outside in, they got a slot 1, 2. They got a tight end that's not eligible. A guy next to him. Why is the linebacker tucked inside, Sam, in a big gap? He can't. He can't count to 3 because guess who he's responsible for, Sam? He can't count. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, and they got 5 technical receivers. The tight end's not eligible to the field. So my question is, why in the world would he be tucked inside? Because they have no way of getting back to the other side. You know why, Sam? Because the backs are behind the quarterback. They can't get to the boundary. You remember earlier, where were the backs? They went where? In front of the quarterback so they can run the stretch play. Now they are behind the back. So throughout the year, this is going to continue to show up. Are the back deeper? They in front or they even? So here we go. We got a check. We didn't execute the check. So therefore, they're going to complete this pass and have a big gainer. Because that backer, if he was wider, see, I got all them guys highlighted because they didn't get the check. They all got MAs, Mr. Simons. And as I always said, when somebody make a check, my term last year was DA, dumb ass. They didn't get the check. So I could hit a linebacker coach going on them right now. Hey, did you not get this check? We're in the second quarter. We've been making this check in the first half. Why in the world you missed it now? It's unbalanced. 2 guys in the backfield with such check. Check lightning. Okay, here we go. Let it ride. You see what happens? Mm-hmm. That backer should be out here right now. He has no gaps. Why? Because the front, when you run lightning, the backers coming, the twist, it eats up all the gaps inside. So he's protected. He has no gap. So he can be thinking right now, I should be playing wider and expanding, but he did not get the check. Look at him going downhill. He missed the check. He going downhill for the run. He has no gaps in there because he didn't get the check. The outside backer got the check, the nickelback got the check, and the corner got the check. The front and the linebacker to that side, they missed that check. And therefore, you get a play
like this.
Like this, exactly. That linebacker should have been there already. He get a great effort. That's the first thing I'll say. Hey, he made a mistake, but he came full speed because if he didn't, it's going to be a bigger play. Mm-hmm. So his effort protected him from being a big play. But again, in a film meeting, his coach talking to him right now, son, can you count? They have 5 guys over there. Can you count? Apparently, they went past 3 because they had 5 over there, and you missed the count. Why would they have no problem?
Okay, let's get to the next one, Vance.
I want everybody to look at this formation here. This is check lightning versus unbalanced again, which that was part of their game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now my question for you guys: as you look at this video, where are the backs?
They are in front of the quarterback.
Okay, we're gonna see what happens with that particular situation. So it's either pass or the backs to fly back this way option. But again, remember last play we had check lightning. You see what the back of the line this time, Sam? See
Mm-hmm.
how wide it is? He
Yeah.
got to check this time. I can promise you, he got an earful from his coach. Son, did you realize this is our base check? Can you? How many guys over there, Sam? You count outside in. You got 1, 2, 3. They got 5. The tight ends, I know there's 5 guys over there. He has learned real fast that sometimes I got to count past 3. He had to go 4 or 5. We got a chance now, Sam. It's a beautiful situation right now. I mean, but formations tell you everything, Sam. It tells you everything at all right now. So here we go. Let's let it run. Let's go ahead and let it go.
I wait. So I haven't heard you utter your favorite phrase. Count to 3. You can play for me, right, Vance?
But
I
right
mean,
now, we don't wait.
but count past 3. So you got to come up with one
Count
for
for 3, you
5.
can play for me. They go 4 and 5. Let's make it real easy. Like I tell people all the time. Are you playing checkers or Chinese checkers? Chinese checkers complicated. Football is checkers. For what they're doing offensively and what we're doing defensively, we're not playing chess right now. It's just checkers. That means sometimes you got to get past 3, go 4, 5. They're making it easy for us. And we're saying Chinese checkers. I mean, we got 5 corners, we got different colors, we got to jump over this, more over here, trying to get over here. Not in this ball game. This is just red and black, baby. That's all it is. Checkers. And we missed a few plays, but here, this is called good execution right here. I love this play right here. Let's let it go, Sam.
All right.
Again, I highlighted a couple of guys just to talk about it. The corner's cloud. That means he's a flat defender. He's rolling up. The safety is blitzing off the edge. The backer, the Mike backer, he's a curl dropper. You can see his alignment. He has put himself in position for success. That's all he did. He was able to count this time. He got the check right. So right now, he's in position for success. Here we go. This is a great blitz right now. Quarterback can't do what? Can't get it off. And now the next guy gets a sack. The corner rolled up. The backer went out. The safety came off the edge. That's called great execution. So now you got a sack and a tackle for loss. This is a great job here. See the back expand? This is a screen. And look at running back, Sam. Running back.
All right.
And the backside backer, he can count. He can count, Sam. Look at that. Look at that. Boy, that's a beautiful thing. He's over there too. That's called, he can count to 5, Sam. Isn't that wonderful? It's amazing. We just got past the first grade to the second grade. Boy, we got a chance right now. Coach is teaching those guys how to count. I love it. I love it. That's a great job.
Correction in game, right? Don't make the same mistake twice.
Hey, that's game adjustment right there, baby. Hey, we could count to 5 in this game because they gave us 5 to the side. Don't be surprised to see some of these formations later on. We saw them in the first ball game. This is the second game. Unbalanced. We continue to see the same thing to attack us the same way.
Okay.
It's a great job to let them get the ball off. Got us a sack.
All right. All right. Let's keep it moving. And we are going to stay in the second quarter.
This is our pick.
Yep.
It's a third down. Third down stunt right. It's a great job. 3rd and 13, as you know, was a big pressure down for us last year. And we have not changed one bit. We're going to bring the heat. And we're going to find different ways to attack protections. Here we go right here. So we're attacking protections. I'm calling this overwheel one dog. In other words, the wheel linebackers blitzing. Okay. So what happens that 25, he walked up, then he walked back. So the center check protection, he's probably saying slide right. And that's the first mistake he made. The disguise worked perfectly. So he blocking 3 and 3. So if Al was here, Al would have a dissertation about how they block it. But Sam, you either blocking 3 and 3 or you go slide protection and come back the other way. That's how simple the game is. So right now, they blew it. So actually, offensive line, they slid to their right. So they have 4 guys blocking to their right, counting the back. The left tackle, he's blocking out. And so the pick stunt is going to work like a charm. It's like Lucky Charms right here. There we go. I mean, so now with a pick stunt here, The end, he's going to step and drop. So that's why that right tackle, he steps out. Our 3 technique is penetrating his gap, as you can see, vertical. So right now, we got him occupied. We got a guy, we got an overload, Sam. You got a nose, you got a guy who's playing a 4-eye and a guy outside with a back of stack. That's why they probably call that protection fly right, which was a mistake. Because that back should have the back. So now what's happening over here to our left as we look at it, that linebacker, he's going to go through the hip of that tackle. He's going first. This is a pick. Okay? The defensive end is going to take one step up. So when that tackle steps out, the linebacker hits his hip. That defensive end comes back inside. It's a pick. He's clean as a jaybird. And this works to perfection right now. We're going to get a sack off of this play. But here we go. We highlight those 2 guys so we can pay attention to those 2 guys. Watch the pick. See that? Beautiful right there. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job.
Hey, man, after the game, they were talking to Jalen Harrell, right? Number 32, who comes through pretty clean on this dog blitz on the other side. So the linebacker in the end that comes through, that should be his sack, right, Vance?
Well, it's like stealing because it's a pick pattern for him.
Yeah, they made him split it with number 55 is his point. Like, man, that's my sack.
Yeah, that is a sack. That is somebody's throwing them past stats. That's all that is. That's a sack by himself. That's called padding your sack. That's a sack by man 32, man. I don't know what they're talking about. You can't get no half off of that. Who gave him a half?
They gave him
half.
The media
gave him half.
And the official scorers gave him half. Michigan's guys gave him half.
They must know the man's dad. He's from California, so they gave him a half.
Hey, man, his dad is a good dude too. Alan Graham, good dude. Love him.
He can be a good dude, but he must be paying somebody money for his son. Come on, and I love him. You know that. I put him up last year, but come on, man. You taking bread off of somebody's table, man. Come on. He gonna have a chance to make his own lunch. That's not the right time, man.
FSL.
Ooh. FSL unbalanced up tempo. Things we saw a little in the first ball game. We saw last year. See how quickly they're going right now? And because of great pursuit, it's the minimal game. But this is how people are going to continue to attack us. Don't be surprised at Bowling Green if they get a first down, go fast. They get a big play, go fast. Give you some format just like this. So technically on paper, this ball should go out the gate. They got 3 guys blocking 3. If he hits this crease now, it's a problem. They do a great job getting off of blocks. Mike does a great job getting back in his gap. And that's why it's not a big play. Because they block Mike now, we got a problem. They got a chance of hitting that crease. But again, unbalanced quads into the boundary up tempo. So don't be surprised. We continue to see people try to do these things to us to take a, what you're trying to do is we're going to simplify your defensive calls by going fast, by going FSL, because you have a certain checks. We know what they are. We know how to block you. And that's why people would continue to do that throughout the year.
Okay. Hey, I learned my lesson. You listen to Vance. I did, man. Last year, you kept saying, they better clean that linebacker play up, Sam. These guys missing assignments. Not hurting them, not killing them. We talked about this in week 1. And sure enough, we got, of all the shows we did last year, the only time I saw you get like real frustrated was that TCU tip. You're like, I almost couldn't get it out at times, man. It's like, Sam, what have I been telling you all season long?
Come on, man. Better teams are, the better coaching you see. They take advantage of your situations. I think they must have been listening to our podcast because they showed up in games. They should be sending money right now so I can get my bison steaks. I mean, because somebody's watching your show, Sam, and stealing the things we've been talking about. And part of our job is to break it down so my Michigan compadres, they can see what's going on and then make their corrections. Hopefully I can help out a little bit.
Yeah, well, they definitely have tightened some things up. So, but let's go back to lightning. I mean, because the theme to this film study is lightning. If we don't get anything else, myself included, from this film study, lightning should be the thing that we come away with. So let's go back to another lightning example.
Again, we do a great job disguising. I mean, look at the execution. And we've had a sack off of it. We had a guy not get a line properly one time. But again, this was a base call, especially at first down and 10, second down and medium. This call is going to show up quite a bit. Now, my only thing I'll say about this when we talk about it, phrase it right there for me, Sam,
Right.
is that a good quarterback right now, he's going to look at our safety. Where's the safety? They got them all to the field. He knows right now that you probably, in some form or fashion, that you roll into the field. That means to the boundary, I got an isolation route and the defensive man drop. That's what you're going to see. Okay? Still just talking from this picture right here. Look where the back is. Normally, when he's going to run stretch back to the boundary, he's a little bit, even farther up. He's almost even, so that means it's a good chance he's in protection mode. And the reason I'm pointing this out is this: the linebacker is the one that should see that every single game. So as a linebacker coach, and you get ready for the game, it's his job to point those things out. Hey, look where the back is aligned. You should be checking right now. Hey, alert pass. He's further up, hey, alert stretch. He's deeper, alert dive. All those things will help the defensive line out. Okay, Sam, we still rolling. Let's go.
All right, I'm going to go slow on this.
But again, look at the execution. Okay, I got my Sam going underneath, the nickel coming off the edge. Look at the twist. Look at the twist. That's great. That is really, really good. So all runs are stopped. The quarterback got to pull it down. This is a really good job. Okay, I would tell a guy don't jump, but that's okay. But again, the safety did a great job, Sam, coming down to take away the hitch, and the quarterback saw that. Okay, so watch the safety on the hash. Watch him come down. Look at the corner at the top. See, the pass is taken away. There's nowhere to go with the football at all. So this is the good execution by the back end, good execution by the front. Now I'm going to point something out to the offensive line right quick. Run it back from Sam. Just a little bit. I want you to look at the right tackle, what he does. When he sees the outside backer drop, he goes to pin the twist right now. See his eyes? Now watch him go back inside. He knows when him dropping, get back. So now, my man Big Graham, you know what he should do, Sam? Keep coming outside. Contain, because he just gave the quarterback an escape lane. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that Mike Elson is listening to this. This guy recognized pass, he can't do that. Because if you're getting ready for Penn State with an athletic quarterback, you just gave him a scramble lane to get out. So you got to be careful. When you run this stunt and you recognize pass, he has to get back outside for contain. So that's something that needs to be checked right now. But again, great coverage in the back end.
That's some high level stuff right there.
What's that, man?
What you just said. I said, once he recognized that the tackle was coming back for me, why not?
Got across his face.
Yeah.
Because he is contained. The nose is contained. That's the only tough thing about this stunt, is that he has to fight the pressure and get outside. That's why it's so important that number 32, Sam, that he steps up to draw that tackle. So now the nose, because he's coming around second, he got a chance maybe to clear that if it's pass. He got to keep coming. And he didn't do that. He thought he had that crease. He didn't.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we're going to finish on another one where you talk about, hey, let's make sure this is tightened up. Option football, or responsibility football, as they say.
That's all it is.
Responsibility football. You handle your assignment. Everybody handle their assignment. We all right.
That's right. My analogy is this: your house burning down, your neighbor's house burning down. So who else are you going to save, Sam? On this particular play, my man, my linebacker and little Mike, their house just burned down to the ground. They did somebody else's job, so they gained 10 yards.
That's what
all you gotta do is do your job.
They had, right?
Yeah. If it was my house and your house burning down, Sam, your house gonna burn, brother, because I'm gonna put my fire out. It's just that simple. Just do your job. They in man-to-man right now. So we're gonna go to the end zone copy. Freeze it right there, Sam.
Now, I just come stay with you, Vance. My house burned.
Sam, I got one question. Where are the backs, Sam?
The backs are behind the quarterback, man.
So the ball not coming all the way back across. When they ran the stretch play, the backs was in front. So now, technically, C15, technically he has the 8 gap. But I'm gonna go to this. Where in the world are the backs, Sam? So if I'm number 15, if I'm linebacker coach, which I'm not, I'm gonna tell them 15, you're gonna line up in the B gaps. In other words, you're gonna be directly on the outside guy. See, 25, I'm gonna slide him to my right. Because you know why? The backs are behind the quarterback. They can't get back to the field. I have a safety sitting on the tight end who's a C gap player. So guess where all the action is, Sam? It's to my left. So now Mike, technically on paper, see, he has a near back. That's his guy man to man. That guy's a pitch. 15 on paper got the dive. But because of where the backs are, C25, he actually going to have the A gap to his left because it's going to never get to the C gap. Because Big Graham, he has the B gap taken. So again, if you understand football and alignment, the ball can never get all the way back to the tight end side because of our defensive alignment. So 15 and 25 can plus to the left. The backs are behind the quarterback. They haven't had many plays over to my right unless the backs are in front of the quarterback.
So this is a check that the guy should be able to make on the field. That's what
Yes, but that's film study. When you start playing zone read teams and that type of thing, you always talk about the depth of the backs. They're going to tell you where the ball's probably going to go, which also tells the line how they're probably going to get blocked. That's all part of it too. So if I'm the linebacker, because of this unbalanced formation with a man-to-man, you can actually plus both backers to their left because the backs are telling you I can do that. Because the ball is never going to get back to the B gap to the right. It can go A gap to A gap, but guess what 25 is? He right in the A gap. They said him ready to go. So let's let it run and see what happens. Let's see little Mike, little line eyes. It's like somebody walking down the street. He said, look at that pretty girl over there. He just got hit by a truck. He didn't, when you cross the street, look both ways. His eyes was focused on the wrong prize. He's looking at the quarterback. That's the first mistake. His eyes should be on that near back to him. But you can see the offensive line, full zone. They doubling down to their left. And the quarterback going to fake the dive to the near back, and the other guy going to bubble. And Mike is chasing the quarterback. Let's let it run, Sam.
Here we go. That's what you were talking about.
Right here. See, 15 say A gap is mine. He went straight ahead in A gap. Technically, it is. But I got linebackers coaches say that he should rope a dope. Step in A gap and rope a dope back to the B gap. 25. Where the back is hidden, he should step to his left to the A gap inside. And we don't get that done. So and Mike, he's in trouble right now. He's going to take the dive in the quarterback. Dive alignment, pitch. 5 did a great job slow playing the quarterback here. But again, little Mike and 15. See, where's Mike going? Where did Mike go? He has a pitch. This should be a no play. It's Mike. Where you going, son? You don't have to dive. First of all, you're 125 pounds soaking wet. You're not going to go in there and tackle nobody. What is he doing? Where is he going? If he goes to the pitch right now, it's a tackle for loss. And the linebacker 15 should rope a dope and hit the alley sooner. But I know last year our linebackers ran through, so I have no idea. I got to watch more video to see if we're doing the same thing as we did last year. But again, it's another unbalanced formation, looks like. Here we go. Well, come back 15. That's not bad. He should have been a little bit wider, but that's on Mike. That's on Mike. If he just stays outside, it's a no gain. This is strictly execution. Because what happens, both linebackers, they got the back that's near the quarterback. That's why I'm saying that the backers could have plushed over.
Gotcha. All right. Hey, man, look, that's what you like having coaching points after games like this, Vance. You won comfortably, right? You got a chance to play a lot of guys. Nobody got hurt, and you got some things to coach them on in practice. There ain't nobody too high, including one of your best players in Lil Mike, as you call him, who is a big time ball player for them. But this is a sign that, hey, you get all the things worked out in the first couple games, and when showtime rolls around, you ready. When you got to face Penn State and Ohio State and whatnot. But
we're getting ready for this. Early on, saying all these games right now, we're supposed to win. We're learning how to play. And to be honest, right now, we're doing a better job with our alignments than what we did any time last year, in my opinion. And it starts with the linebacker play because they're the captains of your football team. They're your quarterbacks. When they can get aligned properly, you don't give up plays. And for the most part in that game, except for some of the unbalanced and up tempo, those guys did a fantastic job. So my hats off to the new linebacker coach. He's doing a tremendous job with those guys.
CP, Chris Partridge. Hey, folks, listen. If you like this video, these film studies, be sure to like the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you get a notification every time we do a new video, whether it's the film study or it's the breakdown, you name it. Any show that we do with Devin, with Al, we got the new show that we're doing with Daniel Horton and Devin, Steady Dropping Dimes that we do on Wednesdays. You always get a notification if you subscribe to the channel when we do a new video. But here's the thing: these film studies, we don't own the footage. Because we don't own the footage, we don't monetize it in any way. No advertising, no sponsorship, no nothing, because we want to stay on the right side of the people who do own the footage. But if you want to support the channel, if you want to support Vance and his bison steaks and Sweet Baby Ray's and Food for Tiki, all you got to do, check out that link down there in the comment section where we have the PayPal fundraising campaign for the film studies. You can help us keep going and growing. That's how we get it done, right, Vance?
That's right, man. You guys out there watching the video, you are our sponsors, man. We live at 5. I want to try some bison. I got to feed Tiki. And you know what? I'm moving up in the world from Sweet Baby Ray's to Aaron Franklin's barbecue sauce because he got some good barbecue sauce down in Austin, Texas, man. It's got a little sweet flavor to it, but got a little bit more spice than Sweet Baby Ray's, baby.
Okay. All right. Well, I might try that one out too, Vance. Until next time, folks, thanks for watching another edition of the Michigan Football Film Study focused on the defense with Vance Bedford.
Go Blue.